All right, hello everyone, stream, stream friends. My name's Locke, and I'm here
Hello.
with Nick and Jason. Unfortunately, well, we're going to be playing Generation Zero. Unfortunately, Jason is caught with a game breaking bug where he can't play, so he's going to make fun of us as we play. But Nick and I here have created some fun '80s characters. Oh,
Yeah, baby.
and you are doing that. You're doing that. What
I,
do
I
I
want to
got?
see Nick ride a pony. Ride a pony, Nick.
Is there a ride a
How
pony?
about I'm doing this? I'm doing hip hop.
We're not.
I don't have ride a pony.
We're not. We're not.
Gross.
Whoa! What is happening? Oh!
This is the game, guys.
If seriously, like if that was in the game where walls just suddenly disappeared and melted on you, that would be amazing. But
Um,
I don't think that was the game.
so we are in again, like I said, Generation Zero. We are in 1980s Sweden, and basically the story is that the local population has disappeared. As you can see here, it's not good out there.
Is
And
that a
F for
bus?
flashlight. This is a tank. This is a
Oh,
tank.
okay.
And then that's a shipping container. Anyways, and there's
Uh,
hostile machines everywhere. None of
Oh,
them are
is
friendly.
this what happens in mud tires if you don't successfully deliver the lumber?
Yep.
The,
This
the
is
robots actually come. We never played it long enough to know exactly what
Oh,
happened at the end.
damn.
Um, but as you can see here, there's some, yeah, just robot dogs. And if you've ever seen the episode of Black Mirror called Metalhead, it's like
yeah.
that because the robots are scary as heck. You don't do very much damage to them with your guns, and there's not a lot of ammo. So it's got this like first person co op survival kind of like it's not a walking sim, but you do a lot of walking and you do a lot of like going across the countryside. I'll show you the map here. It's big. It's like real big.
Like, do you get off this island? Do you know?
You
Like,
do.
like,
You do.
Jesus.
This is the intro island. And
Wow.
you start over here on by in this little like safe house, and I've been playing all day and I've made it to like basically the first city. Um but Nick and I had to meet up at this forest barracks thing to hold hands because it if this I'll start with what I like. Let's just start walking, Nick, because we actually have a long way to
Okay.
go. We have a long way
All
to
right.
go here.
All right.
Um,
I'll pack my peanut butter and jelly, and we'll go for a hike.
yeah, and we're gonna go west. Anyways, you start off creating a character, and because it's in the '80s, you get to do um, some funny archetypes like popular, metalhead, nerd, hip hop. I think did you pick metalhead, Nick, based on your
Yeah.
jacket?
I think that's what I was.
So some fun archetypes, and basically it determines your outfit because from there on you get to put in skills because it's got sort of a light RPG system. You've got four skill trees that range from I don't remember combat, support, survival, and tech, and they do different things. Like obviously, combats can help with your shooting, support with helps with healing and resistances. Tech is like lots of explosives and stuff, and the survival one. Actually, survivor one is like stamina and recharging and things and health. It's cool. So you don't necessarily have to like spec down a tree, being like I'm gonna be a tank. It's more just like, hey, what do you want to be better at? And yeah, like playing this game alone, I'm very curious about our session tonight because playing this game alone is very um what's the word? It's like it's not scary, but it's got you've definitely
Tense.
yeah, it's tense. You feel alone. You see and hear things off in the distance where you don't really want to proceed quickly. Crawling is better than running, that sort of thing. And as you can tell, like it's got full day night cycle, and right now we're at night, and the game is still beautiful. It's really neat. It's one of the most gorgeous games I've seen this year, and it's actually running the Apex engine. It's which I don't know. I'm not familiar actually with that. So we're running up on our first sort of encounter here, and it's what I like. Here's one of my favorite things. I love functional binoculars in games, be it Dark Souls or this, but being able to like survey the situation, see how many things, and this isn't like Far Cry where you're like marking stuff and be like, okay, I take those guys out, or Ghost Recon where you do your simultaneous snipe. It's like literally to see what is there that can kill you. And I don't see anything, Nick, so I think we're okay to sort of loot and scavenge. And just before the stream, I was kind of talking to Nick about what I like, and I really like the atmosphere they're creating here, but I'm finding that the pacing is a little off, and that might change when we get off this island. But it the fights are tense, and that's really good, but there's just a little bit too much time in between encounters. And I'm not saying that we need to have like gunfight after gunfight after gunfight, but with something like PUBG where it has like you get those breaths after a gunfight, and you're like, oh, you have that dramatic pause, and then it's on to the next thing, and then the tension builds up again and again, and then it releases. This just doesn't give you enough tension, I don't think, in terms of like, it's a very tense game, but the parts when you're walking around, like just the cities seem too far apart from each other, that sort of thing. But that being said, I've only put in like half a day into this, so we'll see what happens. And definitely that's me playing alone. Like playing with another person, I can already form like you're forming different tactics and different strategies for surviving. So
would you say, I mean, to some degree then, I mean, does it feel like...
Come up to this barn, Nick.
I mean, the encounters that you've had so far, has it all been with the robot dogs?
Yeah, it's all been dogs. So we haven't had like a giant hulking beast yet, which is like the friggin' game art. It just has this giant mech. So,
those things, do they feel like particularly threatening at all, or is it just like...
Yeah, they do. They're scary, man. They are scary, but especially when they get close to you. You should look in this gun case here, Nick.
Yeah, hold on. I'm changing my clothes.
Oh, good. Yeah, there's actually very good fashion. Let's just show that off quick. Very good fashion. Oh, yeah. You can get some sweet caps, and you got the sweet necklace and jackets.
I like this face paint that almost kind of looks like...
And this, see, like this one has stats on it. I want to wear this leather jacket. Maybe I'll wear the red one.
Like you watched only part of Predator?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, check out my jacket, Nick. Oh, geez, we both picked red. We're red team. Team red. Red and pink.
All right, so there's a nice big gun in here.
Yeah,
it hides the blood well.
Exactly.
But I mean, okay, so then they all just, so the dogs themselves, are they all just kind of coming at you? They just see you and they run at you. There's nothing that they do that's
they shoot at you,
or...
They shoot at you, and then they make weird noises, and then they run. And if they get in melee range, they knock the shit out of you, and it goes into a funny third-person camera. And I will try and demonstrate that if we get to it. But they're the first thing you encounter. And in terms of the robots, and when you first see one, you're just like, oh shit, what's that? But I mean, when you fought, after you fought a dozen of them, you know what they're capable of, and just like they're more threatening. If you just see one, you can take one, but when you get to a pack of dogs is going to run on you, and it's not fun. It's hard. So that's where it's better not to get into firefights with these robots, man. Like, your guns are not good. Like, I have a hunting rifle, but like It shoots slowly. This isn't an M16. It's about like using explosives, and they have radios and flares as distractions. And once Nick is done looting this thing, we'll get to a fight. No.
I got a shotgun, but no ammo.
Okay, what kind of ammo do you take? Because I got a poop ton.
Shoddy shells.
Shoddy shells.
Is it anything where? Well, I mean, just looking at your ammo. I was gonna say, is it anything that feels like there's ammo scarcity, kind of like a Resident, like with the most recent sort of Resident Evil games, where your bullets matter, and so you don't want to necessarily just go around shooting everything you see?
Yeah, because I've run out of bullets in my main primary weapons, and the handgun is not good to use. You can have your 2 primary weapons and then your sidearm. So that's where you do want to, set up traps with a radio and lure if you get 3 dogs with a radio, like, that's awesome. And then you could like throw an explosive or shoot a propane tank, because I have 29 bullets in this gun right now, or in my clip. And like that's pretty good, but I just got that gun from this farm here. On my shotgun, I've only got 13 bullets, and that, if I miss, that's a big deal. If I miss and don't hit the dog and take it out in the first shot. So yeah, ammo matters. Less so on the sidearm. Like, I got all the dogs right now drop pistol ammo, so you're not gonna like never have a weapon. So
yeah, but the encounters are different. Like, just hitting them with your pistol, and
yeah,
is it like one of those things where you're just like strafing around them, kind of a thing? Or...
No, it's like a game of cat and mouse. Like, you want to like get behind cover, hide, get some high ground. They'll like scan for you. You want to try and shoot them, and then they'll come after you, and you run away. Yeah, you don't want to get into a straight up firefight with them. Okay, let's get some binos out. You see anything out there?
Yeah, there's a dog up by the barn, like straight ahead, or the house, like straight ahead.
And I don't know if... There he is. You can see his scanner.
Actually, there's 2. There's one.
Oh, there. See? You heard him.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Are you able to mark them or anything like that?
Nope. Not that I'm aware of. Maybe later on, but... Okay, watch this, Nick.
Oh, boy.
Okay, I got it. Flare out. Okay, to the south. So they're going to go after that flare.
They shot that flare.
They're going to shoot the flare. It doesn't burn for very long. Oh, God. I made a mistake.
What did you do, Locke?
I ran.
Hiding in here.
I got to heal up. He ran away right when I was trying to get him, but I can't see him because he's behind those bushes. One really cool thing is that these robots, because they are kind of junky, like made out of parts and scrap, they have external fuel cells on them that you can shoot, and that's kind of like their weak point. But like, you can see this guy. He is hard to hit.
Yeah.
There. So I got his fuel cell there.
Yeah,
nice.
One more by the swing set, I think.
Which direction's that at?
Like southeast.
Okay.
Like right in front of the shed. He's
like, yeah.
I thought I just saw. Oh, it's the swings moving. I saw.
Hey, Nick, can you search this after I've stolen ammo from it? You can? Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, it's got ammo.
I'll just mash this pack onto my face.
Healing.
Yeah.
So what's your current objective?
Don't die.
Well, I mean, like, so there is something of a...
There's a mission log. Yeah. So... Well, we're getting our mission right now, Jason. It's all in Swedish, which is rad. So that was a little tidbit about, I was talking over it, but basically saying it's the next part. It's like, we've gone to the city. Um, but you start, and when you get to a landmark, like the church or a farm, it'll pop up a mission, and it'll give you, like, the break of dawn is the first thing. It's like, get all your stuff, teaching you. That's the tutorial mission. But then when you get to the church, it's like, okay, look around. It's where you find your first primary weapon, that sort of stuff. Find clues of where to go next, which leads you to the farm. The farm does the same thing, leads you to Old Ben, and so on and so forth. So there is that breadcrumb trail of, they don't. Here's what I'll say. It feels like you just get dropped into this giant zone with you don't have no idea what to do, and I think that's a good thing because you're like, it adds to the atmosphere of things being like, just not many humans around. The robots have taken over. Like it adds to that feeling, and that's one of the biggest things. They've nailed the atmosphere of the game, on the whereas like technical side is kind of falling apart, but that can be fixed with time.
Quite the big town over there then too. We could head towards.
I'm taking screenshots like a mofo, just because like, look at this moon.
Oh, I got movement.
Okay. Here, I'll chuck my flare in front of the barn here.
Oh, it's coming.
Good. Going around, circling around. Got him.
Nice.
That
hurt.
What else is cool is like you get experience for dodging combat, not just winning combat. Like my first level was basically made up of me running away from these dogs. He's like, "Oh, here's 100 experience." For not dying and playing the game properly. But
the one thing I noticed so far is there's a lot of copy paste buildings.
Yeah, like the two farms I've been to, I'm like, oh, you guys have the exact same Quonset.
Yeah.
Which, again, resources thing, but like maybe future updates, who knows? It would be nice to see some. I
don't like this inventory management.
No, this stuff is not fun at all. Like,
so there's a beacon or something over here that's flashing like a satellite dish. What do they do?
You know what, Nick? That's a good question. Let's go investigate.
Okay.
Those pants had a yellow plus on them. Does that
you
mean
want
something?
Yeah. You want to see my pants? Suit pants.
Homie,
don't
your
wear.
Pants.
They're punk pants.
Oh,
there we go.
We're matching. Look at mine.
There you go. Oh, they have fire resistance on them. Okay,
I want noise reduction.
All right, so they have different stats.
They have different stats on the black ones have fire resistance. Hey, nice.
Well, sure.
Nick, we're just on point with our outfits.
Yeah.
Those are excellent golfer pants.
Got movement.
Yeah, okay, get out the binos, baby.
It's right next to the building. I think there's only one.
I need a shirt now that has that view of like two hands holding a pair of binoculars, and it says, "Get out the binos, baby."
Get out the binos.
He's moving right towards me. Oh, there's the second. Oh god, I'm out of ammo. Shit. Run away. Might be on lock.
We made a mistake.
I can throw some flares. Yeah, you're already there.
So even though you shot at it, you throwing a flare distracts it?
Yeah. Its sensors are all messed up.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the lore, Jason.
Okay,
Come
fair.
on. It's the lore. You can't swim. Just keep that in mind. So that's kind of like...
Wait, wasn't the setup to this that you were... Never mind.
You can't swim. I tried.
But never mind. I swear, like the introduction to this was like, hey, you, like the opening credit scroll or whatever was like, you were on a boat, and then the boat capsized and you swam to shore.
Damn it. I'm going to go try now.
I mean, I believe that you can't swim. I really do. You don't have to jump in the water.
It just loads you back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was
you
surprised
can
for a
swim,
second
but
there.
they just don't want you to.
So,
It does look nice though. You are. I mean, like,
yeah,
there's some nice looking water.
I like the feeling of scavenging and having low resources. I like that feeling. It like I am decked out right now. Like I feel a little bit OP in terms of like I could throw as much
I
stuff.
think we destroy this thing, maybe?
Let's find out. Shall we?
I have an explosive thing I just put right next to it.
Now, why didn't you take all that ammo?
I can't hold it.
Oh.
I don't know. Try it, Nick. Shoot that.
Alright, hold on.
I'm just gonna see if there's anything in the mission log to.
Yep, beacon destroyed, plus 500.
Oh, sick! That's a lot of XP.
Yeah, except I just hurt myself to 25 health.
Do you want some health packs? Cause like,
I have some. Oops.
yo, let's
held-
chill on the dog
I held
whistle.
the health pack too long and it switched to the
Okay.
shotgun automatically and
Okay.
fired.
Okay, okay. Funny story.
Can-
Except I did that with a propane tank and not a health pack.
Okay, so beacons are a thing you want to
Beacons are a thing. Okay, you learned something. Okay, so we've got. There's a mission over here. Shooting practice to the. What's that? Northeast.
It's a world mission.
It's a world mission. I'm just curious because I don't know what world mission means. So
Yeah,
Bear-
I'm loaded
bear
up with
with me.
25 shotgun shells, so hopefully it means shooting dogs.
like it didn't notify me of the mission unless I wasn't paying attention. So, but yeah,
I do notice that
yeah,
it kind of pops up with different things. Like when you get near certain areas, it's like, hey, there's stuff, there's
Mhm,
loot here, and there's
mhm.
whatever.
which I don't know if I like that or not because it tells you how much is there. So you get the nerds like me who's like, "Okay, I have 19 out of 20. Where's that last thing?"
Right.
Where you should just move on. Just move on. You're
Yeah.
not- I don't know where
Wonder-
this shooting
okay.
mission is.
Like,
You see it on the map or something? You see it?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Track.
don't.
Yeah. Let's ignore it. I don't want to spend too much time.
6.69 meters. How far is that from where you are? That should be like
It's like
outside.
It's in the room.
Is it outside, like on that wall, that like
yeah. I don't
not
know.
the wall with the doors, but the other's wall on the outside.
Let's do a little scan here.
Here we go. It's this thing, I bet.
Yeah, there we
Can
go.
I can activate it. What?
Precious antique cans.
We did it.
You just had to pick up the can.
I really wish you could ride bikes. Not cars, bikes, baby.
What's the one?
That's my
Or-
waypoint. That's our choke
Yeah.
point we're gonna head towards.
All right.
Yeah. What
It's-
else? Yeah.
So it's weird. Like I definitely have a players unknown battlegrounds feeling to everything, but at the same time, it's like player unknown's battlegrounds
This-
without.
It's more
purpose?
to me. It's like Dead Island,
Yeah.
but without the overrun zombies. Instead, it's more.
Let's get the synth up.
But like the whole thing, like even like it looked like there was attachments that you're into the. I don't know. Yeah, something about it just like scavenging for ammo and all this other kind of stuff, and
Well, you do that. That's exactly what you do in PUBG. Like,
right. Yeah. So it's just like you dropped onto this place that you have nothing. You have to pick everything up that you're going to use and everything. But it's just like you said before. There's not that tension with it, right? So there's not that feeling of like, okay, I'm going to hold up here and do something. There's not that same driving force to push you somewhere.
Yeah, it's
right?
more of like uncovering the mystery versus like trying to
survive.
survive.
Yeah.
In your so I mean, it's yeah, I like what it's going for. I just it hasn't like hit me really as much as I'd want it to. Like, what's keeping me here right now is like the atmosphere and like the environment and like I'm very curious about that.
Holy shit!
Yeah, baby.
There's 44 items of loot in this next area.
It's the main city.
All right, here we go.
Here we go, baby. All right, PUBG. Here we go.
Here's our walkthrough. Here we're gonna show
we're
you
gonna hit
where all
everything.
44 are. So
Uh,
first, you want to open up the trunk of that car just to be sure, because sometimes RNG doesn't favor you. Say there might be something in there, so you want to make sure you always check the trunk of the car. You want to close the doors of those cars, because if you close them in the right order, sometimes it has a rare chest spawn. Completely ignore the phone booth. The phone booth is just a red herring. You never want to go in the phone booth. In fact, sometimes you might actually die if you're in the phone booth.
I love that it was a payphone. I digress.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Like something even.
We're on the set of Stranger Things now, so let's do this. You know what it is actually? It feels like
Ooh. What's over here?
one of my favorite artists. He's also Swedish. Simon Stalenhag. It feels like they
Yes.
took one of his paintings and made it into a game.
I was just reading an article about all this where like the director of the game was just like, "Hey, this is not his work."
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh
and
God.
then Simon's just like, "Hey, I don't care if like they were inspired by it or whatever. That's cool. I just wish if they would acknowledge it because
Right.
the studio is in the same town I'm in. I've talked to these guys. I've worked on a separate project with them.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I don't know. Ooh, that looks like a spider bot. That does not look like fun.
It's not
I already
like fun
shot
at
it.
all.
Wait, that looks like a face hugger kind of thing. Go back and look at that.
No, this is
sure,
how
there's-
people die. I believe that one's called the Tick.
That is a very cool design.
Yeah, the design is really neat of the robots.
Going
But-
in the bunker.
What's really cool too is like if you injure an enemy, it'll remain injured like permanently. So it'll like run away, if you see it later, you'll be like, "Hey, number 23497, I know who you are because you have a busted leg."
I tagged you earlier and then released you back into the wild.
Yeah.
I like the audio design of this. Just overall, it's really.
See, this is how everything in Aliens goes wrong. Is people walk into these areas, they just use
Ooh.
flashlights. They don't turn on the lights.
You shut up, Jason. I'm trying to roleplay here.
Could
They
have sworn I
don't-
just picked up a yellow jacket.
They
Okay, I'm just gonna go down this hallway by myself. Peace.
they just walk
Hold
up
on,
to.
I'm dressing
things.
myself.
Okay,
They
we
leave each other alone. I'm gonna
Paul-
walk up to this table without checking underneath it.
apologies. We need to not have
Okay, I'm good.
this much inventories.
Got the civil defense contact list in case we need to contact the civil
Oh
defense.
yeah, baby. I got a new item.
Oh, it takes 2 slots. And it's rarity.
There we go. Okay, can
There's-
I?
There's too
Put that
many.
on?
There's too many dress up items.
I know. Why can't I use this handgun compensator? Got to compensate for something, right?
Well, read it. Read it. What does the description say?
Yo, don't wig out on me, game.
That's the stuff that you dropped.
No, and now I'm gonna get crashed. Is that what's happening?
Oh, that would be a fun way to end the stream.
I'm not done yet, though.
The game might say otherwise.
Oh, welcome to my desktop, everyone.
Oh, cool.
It
Let's see.
crashed. It crashed for me. Well, I didn't crash,
Um,
but it said it's been terminated.
Well, let's see. So you're not allowed in anymore?
No, it booted me.
Okay, let's see if it keeps us in that bunker, because I've heard that it does. Thank God.
That would be awesome.
Are you surprised that this is a full release game and not early access?
Yes, I think putting this on. I don't know why it wouldn't be on. I don't know why you wouldn't use that feature, whatever you want to call it. I'm fine with early access. I think it's like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm back at the farm. I'm curious as to why that decision was made because
Oh, did you that stuff doesn't it
this
didn't Nick
this
open up
stuff,
that weapon crate?
yeah, this stuff all repopulates
So, you want to know
Oh.
where it spawned me?
because I still have my good gun. Yeah, did it start at the start?
Oh yeah.
See, that's weird.
But I
there-
have all my stuff.
yeah, that's weird.
Why would it? Yeah, why would it put him there? That's so far away. That's so far away.
You're 1.5 kilometers away, basically.
I'll wait here. But yeah, so that'll give me a chance to talk about early access. Like, this game is competent. It's got bugs, of course, and when when you go in early access, you get that grace of like, yes, we're working on it. We can get rid of these bugs. Like you can't play it right now, right, Jason?
I mean, it's
You barely play it.
It barely
they-
plays.
Like they put out a statement early this week, maybe today, about like we understand
the
that it's the 100%
fifth,
CPU.
That was Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we know that we're aware of this bug that runs people's PCs at 100% CPU,
Yeah.
and you're like, yo, that can't be a thing. So like,
Right.
you know, and it's totally a psychology thing. It's a full release, people get mad. If it's an early access, they say, oh, they'll work on that. So I don't know like why, and I know like I'm not in game dev, I'm not in business. I see a lot of instances like this. Like, look at like my favorite example is No Man's Sky in terms of like keep persisting and working on your stuff, and then it turns into the thing that you
Sure.
want it to be. Like, that's a really good example. But like the discourse with No Man's Sky was like that should have been an early access. It would have not got dragged so hard. And I mean.
Well, I mean, yeah, amongst other reasons. But
Right.
yes.
It was a PR nightmare, but like
Yeah.
the No Man's Sky like is rad. You know, 2 years later, it's awesome. And like Generation Zero, is it gonna like it didn't have the PR breadth of No Man's Sky, but are they gonna
honestly,
keep
like-
working on this? Like, are they gonna fix their shit? Because it's hard for me to recommend a game that is like it's got that je ne sais quoi. Like, play this game because it just feels like you're playing a really cool movie, or like, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to nail down
Yeah.
why I can recommend this. It's like, no, you just kind of have to experience it. But then when you get it and you're like, oh, this doesn't run at all. It's hard to do that when it's not in early access.
Well, and like I don't know. From my standpoint of things, like, yeah, I agree. Like, stuff that is, because even like looking at this and seeing stuff, there's parts of this where it feels half baked, right? Like, they've got the aesthetic down, they've got the ideas down, but like the implementation of a bunch of this stuff isn't there. And
Right.
again, if this was early access, I'd say, cool, let's check back in with it in 6 months or whatever. Which I'm to some degree I'm getting tired of, just because like so
Yeah.
many games are in
No,
that state,
I
and I
understand.
get it. Like, I completely understand it. Like,
But that's not going to change, right? So we kind of have to
No.
like accept that.
right. Because I mean, like, just today, like there's an article, or I saw Inquisitor Martyr, right? We checked that out last summer, version 1.0, and we checked it out in early access. We checked it out last summer. There's obviously improvements between early access and its full release.
Yep.
And they're releasing version 2.0
Coming to get you, Nick.
sometimes.
Yeah, I'm getting
Sometimes
mauled.
soon. And version 2.0 is a major overhaul of things, so that like
It's a different game, Jason, right? Like, it's a
yeah.
different game.
And it's going to be something that like I'm interested in now going back and checking out, because it seems like, okay, maybe this actually makes it something more of like what I really wanted to play.
So
And I
so
mean,
what's the
you know, like,
solution?
I mean, you have to release stuff in early access, right? Like, I mean, because they get valuable data from it, they get all this kind of stuff. But I think the only games that successfully navigate that are things that have like, at this point, you have to have a strong early access release to
Yeah.
keep that going. You think about Dead Cells, you think about Risk of Rain 2, right? Which we just
Yep.
recently checked out. Like, we all were just like,
Darkest
awesome.
Dungeon.
We want,
Yeah.
like, you have to, at this point, having a game in early access and being like, we're going to fix it, isn't enough. It has to be a game that's like, it makes a strong first impression that people want to keep checking back in with it and
Yep.
seeing and I don't know. Like,
and
I
with
mean,
this, this has made a strong enough impression that I'm like, yeah, we need to check this out. Like, but again, the detriment of that is like we forget. Like I forget half those games that we tell ourselves that we're gonna go check out.
yeah. Do you remember? What was
Do you need medicine, Nick?
I can't even think of the name of it. I'm gonna look that up real quick.
What can I give you, Nick? You look bad.
I'm good. I'm healing myself here.
Okay.
I'm good.
But yeah, more often than not, I'm fine checking back on those things, and I don't mind. Like I like that part of game dev because it allows them to fix problems along the way rather than like Anthem where you're like, here's our big thing, and then it trips over its own feet. So
there we go. Hey, remember Earthfall?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Earthfall's cool.
When was the last time that we checked back in with that?
I don't know.
We checked it out. We checked it out twice, right?
We did.
We checked that out like the initial release, and then they had like that big. I can't remember what they called the patch, but it added like all of that. A lot of the content we talked about was missing from the initial.
We never actually went back and checked it out after that patch.
After that patch, yeah. So we have to. So.
Yeah. But
I'm
that's more to my point, right? Like
no, I get it.
Yeah, just exactly like what you were saying. Is there's these games that come and go, and like unless they keep some sort of strength going, and there's part of that comes from a lot of different angles for things, for where all this, where people are talking about this, and what we're saying, and other outlets and everything else. But it seems to me that the recent trend has been if your early access isn't treated or has the same optics that a full release does, it falls into
you lose all your steam. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have your passionate audience, which sometimes is enough, right? Like because then in a year, right, when the game, all the bugs worked out, the games where the devs really want it to be and everything else, in a year that passionate audience starts making a lot of noise about it, and then people come back around and it starts picking back up again, and that's great. But so many games, it's like if it can't keep at least some people on board within that first week, even in early access, then it's
I mean, here's the problem. There's 30,000 games on Steam now. It doesn't matter. You're either AAA or you're not, and everything that's fighting for the not, like it's scraps. It'll never be anything significant. So like you're only gonna have like that core base that you can ever appeal to.
But that's just it. Like
if you lose that, like, and I think this is what you guys are saying. If you lose that first shot,
evangelists,
you're never
like
gonna
the
get
people the people who are gonna champion your game.
Yeah, you're never gonna get a second shot.
But here's the thing: the one argument I have there, or the one thing I disagree with, is you saying like you're AAA or you're not, and you're fighting for scraps. There are so many more independent success stories, right? Because like Stardew Valley, right, like is a game where you can point at and just say that dude went from like a millionaire and is still supporting his game and working on it and doing everything he can. He put co-op in recently, right? But like that was such a passion project that took him years of his life and everything else to go ahead and do that.
But that's like such an exception. Like again, that's 1 in 30,000, and I'm sure there's a dozen cases you can kind of come up with, but
sure, I mean, like
such the minority.
But it is the minority. I'm not saying that it's not, but I'm saying like there's more than scraps to be had here, and particularly like it depends on the game and the development team and everything else. Like there's so much at play here. But I don't know. We got into a really deep conversation.
Well, I like
all this stuff in the middle of.
I guess I want to recommend this game to people. I want people to check it out because it does. I'm okay. Like I don't want to be completely derivative, but PUBG Island with AI robots roaming around, like that's cool, right? You want to play that, right? At least I do, and they nail this atmosphere.
I mean, I wanted to.
You wanted to, but yeah, you got SOL'd. But I mean, it's just tough to do when you have this technical side. So, but then, the bigger conversation of, okay, I have to mark on my calendar no, it shouldn't be to the responsibility of the player. I don't want. I'm too busy. I'm a grown ass man. I'm too busy to go check back on these games. I need to be told, hey, we patched. I like getting emails from Amplitude Studios saying they patched this thing or added this thing. They're one of the best dev teams that have a long life to their games because they add so much stuff in after the fact as they fix things. I like hearing from them. I like, having them be relevant in my mind. So
That's a good little flame. Oh wait. Oh, that's a good flame animation. Oh,
yeah, it looks sick. It looks sick. I want to be able to champion these games I just need the tool set and the vocabulary to do so when I'm like, okay, Generation 0, how can I sell someone on this in 6 months? You know what I mean? So.
Well, and I think part of what you said is
other than a 4-pack's available for cheap.
Right. I think part of what you said there is true. Like like how much of this comes down to the devs starting to take shifting away from like being responsible for their own PR in a way of being able to reach out to the community in a very honest and earnest way.
Yeah,
right?
I think the transparency is a good thing. Like, it's not a weakness.
And being able to try and bring people back, right? Because like for so long, right, the game dev was secret. Like nobody knew how these things. It was magic. Like you just got this thing and look at it, right? Like magic happened to make this thing exist.
Right.
And now we all know more. We know that there is not magic. That it is months and years of people's lives and grueling hard work, and it is not easy to do. And blood, sweat, and tears is certainly an apt description for how some of these things come together. And it's made by humans, and I think that's a very important thing. A lot of this stuff to stress is just how much this is people and trying to do their best and bring these things to life. And I think the more that the devs own that, and particularly things when they go wrong and when things happen, that is that actually works for their story. Part of there's so many different examples I can think of and toss out there that I just want to go through a bunch of stuff that we've already kind of had that side conversation, but I think this is very much one of those cases where there's so much that can be said about this, and I think there's so much that can be said about like if the dev team keeps working on this and what they say and the way that they message it and the way that they communicate and get out there and reach out to people to keep even people who are dismissive of it interested and engaged and being like, okay, like this thing is a garbage, buggy mess for me and I can't run it and everything else. It's like, cool, we understand. Yes, there's these problems and it's not great and we're sorry for this. We are now currently doing XYZ to address this to try and help it so that by this point in time, we can have something for you to try. Right, like that direct almost line of communication to address those things. There's people who are never going to care.
No, you're never gonna like the people who are just gonna flame you. That's not your audience anymore. Like, or no, they never were, matter, right? Like,
because at least if you are that kind of person who's taking that response, there are enough people who see that and say to the people who do that, be like, "Yo, chill. These people are actually communicating. These are actually like it may not." There may not be an answer for you. There may not be an answer that you wanted, but they're trying, right? And that goes a long, long ways. And it's part of what helps keep it in the conversation and relevant is having those kind of interactions. And hey, did you hear about this dev doing X, Y, Z? I mean, again, not to toss that stuff out here, but I think that's a large part of why Warframe is still going these days. Like that's a game that I feel like after everything with its launch should have been dead. It should have been dead long ago, but that thing is huge, and it is not going away anytime soon, and it keeps getting better and better, and a lot of props go to that whole team and their community management and everything else for keeping their audience going and keeping it energized in such a way
I'm coming.
It draws others in.
What do we got?
Anyways, you got another robot dog here that you gotta...
I'm closing this garage.
Wait, you escaped combat by going into a garage?
They don't have opposable thumbs. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's show this off. Here, cover me for a sec. Check this out. We're going to go radio. We're going to go explosive thing. What else?
Can
we'll go
you
flare just in
MacGyver
case.
some stuff here?
There's no crafting. It's just
I
I know.
see. All right, here's a feature I would love. If you could put a propane tank around a radio and a flare attached to that.
I know.
And then set it as a trap.
The track is so good. Go closer, please. Okay, watch this. Oh, he's got a friend. Nick, abort mission.
There's 2 friends. There's 3 friends. There's
This is
3
bad.
in the house. Hide.
Run in the house.
You didn't kill it quick enough.
And we're back to the tension, Jason. I forget everything I said about no tension.
Can we take shots at it from up here? There's a patio we can shoot.
Yeah, let's go do patio beers. Guys, this is
So how
called
long is-
Redneck Robots. Oh shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the ADS quick there, Locke.
I know, right?
All right. I'll keep him distracted.
I gotta heal up.
You heal up, yeah. Slap some band-aids on your face. That's not a band-aid.
I need a hot key. Yeah, I'm mashing this thing into my mouth.
Just call you Hank Hill because you're all about the propane.
Tell me about it. What is that red thing, Nick?
Flare? I
Oh,
thought.
medium flare. Yeah.
I took care of the business. There's still one
Good.
more though, maybe.
See,
No.
this is what I'm talking about. This is the feeling of the game. Like that moment there where my dumb plan to show off the radio, I wasn't patient enough. I killed one guy with an explosive and 4 dogs came. Nick and we just had a mini story there, and that's one of these games that does that. It does this emergent storytelling. I know that's a stupid buzzword, but I mean
But
that's
true.
that's
I mean,
what it is.
Yeah.
And we end up with
And-
patio shooting.
Which is awesome. Like it's and that's the toughest part with these things. I love
Like, how do you
emergent
describe that to people? It's like,
Well, and you can't, and it's such a tough. It's such a. So okay, this is going back to the days of Left 4 Dead, right?
Yes.
And that was a game that I got hooked into because.
it was all about that. It's like, what happened to you guys last night?
Right, and like every developer I talked to during that period, like at PAX and E3 or wherever, when that game got brought up, every person had a story because the structure of that game was such that the tension was always just like right around the corner there, right? And so I think the only way that you get for a game like this to have those moments is to, have that little bit of randomness enough that like you went into a house and you thought you were good, and then some random patrol of things come by that you weren't expecting, right? And so then you have to react and respond to that. But so far it seems like these things are more or less kind of set. There's not a whole lot of them. Granted, it's still in the opening area, so I kind of get that. But at the same time, that's the best place to do those, right? Like you want the opening area to have the most tension possible to get people hooked, to get people like
What's up?
that knowledge.
This place, come here. I don't know
coming.
what this building is, but it looks like it means business. So a lot of these buildings we can't actually go in. It's kind of weird.
Why is there a red light in that room?
I don't. We're ignoring it.
No. We have to find out what's going on with the
I mean, this looks like a place we're supposed to
with
go,
the
There's a
fried
restaurant.
chicken sign.
right? Can we go in? No, we can't. Can't go in.
I have a lockpick. Will that help?
It's not even an option though.
Get your propane.
Search for the shelter for clues where everyone is, which we didn't do yet.
Yeah, like
Was that the bunker? that you were in before?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm just feeling this town, man. Like, I want to go to Sweden.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of potential here. Bugs aside, I mean, there's
I'm into it.
definitely it does its own thing, right? Like I think it does its own thing. It knows kind of what it wants to do with the pacing and stuff. And yeah, maybe it's a little too slow at times, but
But look at my map.
yeah,
It doesn't have 370,000 mission icons on it, which I'm okay with.
yeah,
For
we
right now, wait until you climb your first broadcast tower.
Oh, I hope I hope my broadcast tower is just for me to scope things out and not mark them. I'm cool. I like the non-marking binos.
Wait, go back to your map real quick. Let me see something.
What?
All right, so based off of, all right, zoom in to the island where you currently are.
It's got topography lines, baby.
All right, so was the far right house on that map, is that where you started?
Yeah, Yttervik safe house. Right
Okay.
in the region of Yorknesgogen? Yorknesgogen? That's what I'm going with. Bjorknesgogen.
So
Tune in next hour for my ASMR stream of naming Swedish provinces.
Right. So then when you started the stream, you were at the next one down the line?
We're at the Stenhaga farm right here.
Okay. So then that's 1.4. All right. So that's like, because I'm just trying to get a sense of distance, because when you look at that and then you zoom out all the way to see like the full map
Right.
of how much distance that and how much ground that covers, because I mean that's great that it's big, but like at the same time, like the part to me that is confusing is you look at something like that and you're just like, okay, so this is now like Elder Scrolls size. In which case, is there more? Yeah, like are there more quests? Are there more like? And that's just where it gets confusing. For what is this game? Like, what is it that it's doing?
Like
when
I said,
have
it's
something.
a Stalinhog painting brought to life.
I mean, that's
It gives you that empty feeling of desolation, but your curiosity just funnels you towards the next thing.
Look, man, I live in rural America in 2019. I don't need an empty feeling of desolation.
Well, welcome to Sweden in the year 2097.
Oh, my
Yo.
music stopped.
I am in.
I do like that. I like that poster, that heavy flash poster.
Yeah, I'm into this. What do we?
And I don't know. Yeah, there's weird things. Like it would be awesome if you could sit at that computer and do something.
And
like,
hack? I could hack.
Yeah,
On
just
this
like
Omega
I want
CC
that
commando.
old. I want that old.
We got
keyboard
problems.
sound.
We have problems.
We got problems. I don't.
Are there
I don't
problems
know
I can solve with a radio?
I don't know what it is. I don't think it's a dog.
Yo, y'all been called out.
Excuse
Time for
me.
a dance challenge.
Yo, what is that?
I don't know, but it just like pinged us or something.
Well, let me just play some of my music. Get in the house, Nick. What the hell?
Sorry.
This is not a music party for you.
It just tried to zap me with a. Oh, I don't like that thing one bit.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, it did. It was like, no, yeah.
There's another one.
You're not gonna shoot me.
What if I shoot it in the mouth? Yeah, I don't like this thing one. Bitch. Watch this replay, Jason. Oh, he is not happy about that.
Oh, I just alt-tabbed that out of the game accidentally. Oh,
Oh.
good, it's still alive.
Nick gets out the binos. Oh my goodness, this game's amazing.
Get out the binos, baby.
I wish I could use my radio still. Okay, let's go. I want to go harvest its innards, and then we could go
Where
sleep.
its flesh is your flesh.
So what was it like?
I think
don't
it's
know.
like a alert drone.
Yeah, because it like I went out and it like my screen had like a little like radar
Yeah,
ping or something.
Yeah, it actually laid an egg in your brain. So okay,
So congratulations, Nick. In 9 months, when the robot hatches from your mind, you'll be a proud robot papa.
it's actually a 3-week incubation time, so it just
Uh,
just churns that thing out
real time in the game. So yeah, you need to play this game every day for 3 weeks.
till it bores itself out of your skull.
That's right.
Okay, let's go into this house and sleep and call it a
Speaking
night.
of bored out of my skull.
You can leave
Oh,
this call
you just
right
set that
now.
up too easy.
Fucking Generation Zero is good. Don't
I
listen
get
to
top
anyone.
bunk.
Okay, I get
It-
this leather chair. Oh, sorry. See, ooh, we got boombox, baby. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. Long-range lure, medium effectiveness versus a radio, which is small-range lure. Yeah, see, okay, watch this. Let's do this properly, Nick. Boombox, hit it. Okay, go. You got your dance, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Uh,
So thank you for joining us for Generation Zero. It is out on your favorite platform. Really? That's all we get? It's out on Steam, Xbox, PS4. I don't know about the Epic Store.
I don't think it's on the. I don't know for sure. I don't think it's on the Epic Store though. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I need to wait until they fix some bugs before
Yeah.
I go back and check it out. But I just want to see where this ends up, and just
Well, this and music video is going to end up on YouTube, I can tell you that.
Good stuff.
Cool.
So will we check it out in 6 months? 3
I don't know.
months? I don't know.
Hey,
We'll find
tune
out.
in, find
Okay.
out. That's right.
I'll just
To
set
be
it-
continued.
Okay, Google, set a reminder in 6 months. Check out Generation Zero. There.
Okay,
that's how-
Alexa,
yeah,
set a
that's-
reminder for 6 months. So everybody watching this, make sure you turn your speakers up real loud when you're for the playback.
I will do my best to keep with it and report on when the monster. I really want to see a big thing that makes me poop my pants. So I don't know, man. It's like, yeah, I want to guerrilla warfare that thing. This is what my dreams are made of.
Yeah,
I'm
really curious
this
to
is
see
our-
like what the end
this is
game stuff looks like.
Our
Or not end game.
inevitable AI future. So might as well learn how to deal with it. By putting propane tanks beside radios. That's a sick whip. All right, I'm gonna shut things down. Thank you again for all of your fine faces and booties and dancing, Nick, and Jason for joining us as well. We'll
Thanks
catch
for
you back.
taking for his tour.
We'll catch you guys next week, or check back later. I'm sure Eric and the boys are streaming something on Friday.
It's like Thursday.
I think
Thursday?
they stream Thursdays now.
Thursday. Okay. Well, they better change their name to Thalco. So.
That's
All
what
right.
I said, but apparently not. I don't know.
Okay, I'm out.